Justin and Hailey Bieber's marriage has always been front-page material, but the reality behind their relationship is far more layered than the glossy pictures suggest. What began as a whirlwind romance-turned wedding in 2018 has since been picked apart by millions, with every smile, caption, and public appearance treated like evidence in an ongoing trial. They may look picture-perfect on Instagram, but insiders say the story behind closed doors is far more complicated. Recently, Justin made headlines with an Instagram post outlining what he called the Bieber family values. Words like sustainability, servanthood, innovation, and generosity. On the surface, it seemed like a touching gesture after their 7th wedding anniversary. But those close to him believe it wasn't just about celebrating love. It was also a way of reassuring himself and others while quietly battling trust issues that have shadowed their marriage for years. Sources say Justin has struggled to fully open up, something that's caused tension not only with Hailey, but with friends and even family. The fallout is visible: strained friendships, distance from longtime confidants, and questions about his overall mental health. One striking moment came in early 2025, when fans noticed he had unfollowed Hailey's father, Stephen Baldwin, on Instagram. To some, it seemed trivial. To others, it was a clear sign of deeper cracks in the family dynamic, and perhaps of Justin feeling like an outsider with his in-laws. Through all of this, Hailey has been seen as the anchor, balancing her role as a wife, a mother to Jack Blues Bieber, and the head of a billion-dollar beauty brand. She's become the stabilizing force in a life that often feels anything but stable. Insiders describe her as patient, committed, and determined to hold the family together, even while pursuing her own growth. And that balance isn't always easy when Justin's unpredictable lifestyle collides with her carefully built empire. Meanwhile, Justin has been channeling his struggles into his music. His latest project, Swag 2, is full of themes about love, fatherhood, and vulnerability. Tracks like Love Song and Mother in You sound like journal entries more than chart hits, reflections of a man trying to reconcile his role as both an artist and a husband. Fans interpret these lyrics as windows into his inner conflict, a confession wrapped in melody. On the flip side, Hailey is thriving in business. Rhode's $1 billion sale to ELF Beauty has cemented her as a serious force in the industry. And yet, even in her success, comparisons to Selena Gomez linger. Online chatter refuses to quiet down, and her marriage to Justin remains the lens through which many choose to view her. Fans are split. Some empathize with Justin, urging him to face his insecurities head-on. Others admire Hailey, calling her the patient, stabilizing figure keeping their family grounded. And of course, there are those who speculate endlessly about whether this relationship is built to last. On platforms like Reddit and Instagram, theories swirl daily, some predicting separation, others holding out hope for redemption. Despite the constant noise, both Justin and Hailey are focused on Jack. Insiders say they're determined to give their son a sense of normalcy, from school routines to family outings, even while cameras follow them everywhere. Hailey is intent on providing calm. Justin, meanwhile, is learning, slowly, how to put his family's needs above his own, even if it hasn't been a smooth journey. What makes their story so compelling is the contrast: Instagram smiles versus private struggles. Justin's reflective posts about values may look like public affirmations, but they could also be pleas for stability. Hailey's billion-dollar brand looks like a triumph, but it comes with pressure and scrutiny. Every move, every post, every business decision is dissected for meaning. Relationship experts point out that what Justin and Hailey face, trust issues, family conflicts, work-life imbalance, aren't unusual. But under the glare of the spotlight, those problems are magnified 100 times over. The deciding factor is whether they can keep doing the hard work, communicating, rebuilding trust, and sharing common goals. Looking ahead, 2 paths seem possible. 1. They push through the turbulence and emerge as an example of perseverance in the face of constant outside pressure. Or 2, the trust issues prove too heavy, leading to a fracture that ripples through their careers, their family, and the narrative fans have followed for years. For now, Justin and Hailey Bieber remain one of the most fascinating couples in celebrity culture, not because of the drama fans project onto them, but because their love story is being written in real time under the harshest spotlight imaginable. Fame may amplify their struggles, but it also gives the world a front-row seat to their journey. Whether this ends in heartbreak or redemption, one thing is certain: people won't stop watching. But here's the thing: When it comes to Justin and Hailey, the world doesn't just see a marriage, it sees a mirror reflecting everything we expect from love, fame, and even resilience. Fans project their own hopes and fears onto the couple, turning their private struggles into public debates. Every Instagram caption becomes a headline, every unfollow becomes a theory, and every lyric Justin writes is dissected like a secret letter to Hailey. Or maybe even to his past. The constant scrutiny has made their love story more than just personal. It's cultural currency. People argue about it online the way they argue about politics or sports. And that's why even small details, like Justin's Bieber values post or Hailey's road campaigns, become fuel for speculation. Was Justin sending a message about commitment? Was Hailey proving her independence? Fans want answers, but sometimes the truth is far simpler. Two people trying to navigate life, marriage, and parenthood under impossible pressure. And yet, the comparisons never stop. No matter how much time passes, the shadow of Selena Gomez looms in the background. It's not because Selena herself is stirring the pot. In fact, she's often spoken about moving forward. But fans can't resist tying Justin's present to his past. Every lyric, every glance, every moment seems to reopen old wounds that neither Justin nor Hailey asked for. And that emotional weight, insiders say, is part of what makes this relationship so fragile. Behind the scenes, Justin has been leaning heavily into therapy, faith, and music to ground himself. His close circle says he's determined to prove he can be the husband and father Hailey believes in. But skeptics argue he's still haunted by immaturity, old habits, and trust issues that don't disappear overnight. For Hailey, the challenge is different. She's built an empire, she's a mother, she's in the spotlight. But being defined by her marriage, rather than her own accomplishments, is a battle she faces daily. And that raises the question, what happens when one partner wants stability and the other is still wrestling with identity? Can their paths truly align, or are they destined to keep colliding? What complicates things even further is how much their relationship has become a spectacle for the world to judge. Paparazzi photos that might look ordinary for any couple, a quiet dinner, a tense glance, a long hug, get magnified into narratives of love or crisis. If Justin looks tired, headlines scream about trouble. If Hailey skips a smile on the red carpet, rumors explode about divorce. It's a cycle that feeds itself, where perception becomes reality, even if the reality inside their home is far different. And then there's the family dynamic. Justin's history with his own parents has always been complicated, and now, insiders say, navigating in-laws adds a new layer of tension. The rumors about him unfollowing Stephen Baldwin weren't just tabloid noise. They opened conversations about whether Justin feels fully supported by Hailey's family, or if old wounds are quietly resurfacing. For Hailey, stuck between her husband and her father, the balancing act has been anything but easy. Yet through it all, Hailey has built an image of poise. She's often seen as the calm, collected partner, handling the chaos with quiet strength. But even the strongest partner can feel the cracks. Sources suggest that while Hailey stays patient, she also demands accountability, a stability she wants for herself, for her marriage, and most of all, for their son, Jack Blues Bieber. It's this tug of war, patience versus pressure, that defines much of their private struggle. On the other side, Justin is still trying to rewrite his narrative. His music has become a diary, with swag too, and its emotional lyrics peeling back layers of vulnerability. Fans point to songs like Mother and You as his way of expressing gratitude and guilt, love and fear, all in one. But even in these artistic confessions, the question lingers. Is Justin truly ready to grow into the man Hailey needs him to be? Or is he still chasing the ghosts of his past while trying to hold on to the present? The future of Justin and Hailey's relationship is where the real uncertainty lies. Insiders close to the couple admit that the trust issues haven't disappeared. They've only shifted shape. Sometimes it's about Justin's hesitancy to fully open up. Other times, it's about the immense weight Hailey carries, balancing her billion-dollar business with the emotional labor of holding her family together. To fans, these challenges might just look like tabloid headlines. But for the couple, they're lived realities that could either break them apart or forge them stronger. Some experts watching from the outside believe Justin and Hailey are at a crossroads. If they can rebuild trust and strengthen communication, their story could transform into a rare example of love surviving fame's brutal spotlight. But if they allow distance and resentment to grow, separation is not just a rumor, it's a very real possibility. The stakes are high, not just for them, but for their son Jack, who will inevitably grow up in the shadow of whatever choices they make. And then there's the public. Fans remain divided, with some rooting for them to overcome the odds, while others constantly speculate about divorce. This external noise adds fuel to the fire, creating pressure from the outside that magnifies every small disagreement. Every social media post, every unfollow, every lyric or caption turns into a referendum on their marriage. It's not just two people trying to make it work anymore, it's millions of voices dissecting whether they will succeed or fail. Justin seems to know this. His recent music and public statements suggest a man grappling with the responsibility of proving not just to Hailey, but to the entire world, that he can be the husband and father he's supposed to be. Meanwhile, Hailey continues to focus on building stability, both at home and in her career, presenting herself as the anchor. The tension lies in whether Justin can rise to meet her strength, or whether Hailey will eventually tire of carrying more than her share. Of course, no discussion about Justin and Hailey's marriage can ignore the shadow of Selena Gomez. Even years after Justin and Selena ended things for good, her name continues to circle their relationship like a ghost. The internet refuses to let rest. Every lyric Justin writes, every heartfelt post he shares, fans are quick to tie it back to Selena. Hailey, despite her patience, has had to live with this constant comparison, and insiders say it has been one of the most painful parts of her marriage. The irony is that neither Justin nor Selena has done much to keep this triangle alive publicly. Selena has moved on with her own career and personal life, and Justin rarely references the past directly. But fans don't let go. Viral TikToks, Twitter threads, and Instagram debates dissect every overlap between the two women, whether it's a hairstyle, a song lyric, or even a subtle glance at a public event. For Hailey, the endless comparisons have become more than just background noise. They've become a recurring test of patience and resilience. Insiders claim that these comparisons sometimes bleed into private arguments, not because Justin is pining for his ex, but because the world won't stop bringing her up. Hailey has reportedly told friends that living under the shadow of a past relationship is exhausting. And no matter how strong her marriage appears, there are moments when she feels like she can never fully escape Selena's influence. At the same time, Justin has tried to reassure Hailey, both in private and in public. His anniversary posts, his Bieber family values list, and his songs about love and fatherhood can all be read as attempts to put distance between himself and the past. But for every gesture he makes, the internet seems ready to drag Selena's name back into the conversation, making healing nearly impossible. What makes this saga so relentless isn't just the three people at the center of it, it's the millions watching from the sidelines. Fans have essentially become the fourth character in this story, shaping the narrative with every post, theory, and viral moment. On TikTok, side-by-side comparisons of Selena and Hailey rack up millions of views overnight. Reddit threads break down every eyebrow raise, every caption, every outfit, turning harmless coincidences into proof of a secret feud. Even the media feeds off this cycle, framing headlines with Selena's name whenever Hailey trends, and vice versa. For Justin and Hailey, this means their marriage exists in two versions: the real one behind closed doors, and the version the internet insists on seeing. No matter how many times they post family photos with Jack, share loving captions, or speak about growth and faith, the fan-made drama often drowns out their reality. And for Selena, who has repeatedly asked for peace, it means that her name is constantly tied to a past relationship she left behind years ago. The result is a cultural loop where the audience becomes both the judge and the jury. Fans create the narrative, the media amplifies it, and then the celebrities are forced to respond, often in ways that only fuel more speculation. It's a cycle that none of them seem able to escape, no matter how hard they try. At the end of the day, Justin and Hailey's marriage isn't just about love. It's about survival in a world that never stops watching. Every smile, every caption, every silence becomes a headline, a theory, or a meme. Selena's shadow still looms in the background, not because she wants it there, but because the internet refuses to let it go. And while the world debates trust issues, family feuds, and public versus private lives, one truth remains: only Justin and Hailey know what really happens when the cameras are off. But will they be able to withstand the weight of constant comparisons, the pressure of fame, and the endless judgment of millions? Or will the cracks finally split wide open? One thing's for sure, this story is far from over, and you already know the internet will be there, dissecting every second of it. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Bieber drama and want more unfiltered breakdowns of Hollywood's biggest stories, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.